Welcome to the Sweet Vanilla TCG. Located within the TCG tunnel at spawn, here lies the arena for the trading card game that features both the players of the server and the builds and events from the server. To play the game, you need a shulker box with 12 cards. These cards can be acquired over at the end of the tunnel on the patio of business. Every new player will get free access to a starter deck. This deck contains 12 cards and is all you need to play the game. However, if you'd like to get more cards to make your deck out of, you can buy card packs at the TCG shop at the patio of business. These cards come in 3 different rarities: common, rare and legendary. You may have up to 2 copies of each individual card in your deck, unless that card is of the legendary rarity. Each deck may only contain 1 copy of each legendary rarity card. Once you have your deck and your opponent, you may commence your battle in the TCG arena. Start off by entering your player room and submitting your deck in the uppermost barrel. Then enter into the battlefield and face your opponent. The game is started when both players press the end turn button. The light on the side of the battlefield will move 1 spot over to show that the game has started. On the first turn, set up the game by getting 2 bronze objectives, 2 silver objectives and 2 gold objectives by pressing the individual buttons. The objective cards will end up in the barrel inside of the battlefield. Set them up inside of the item frames as the game starts. One game of the Sweet Vanilla TCG consists of 7 rounds. On the first round, each player will receive 1 emerald. On the second, each player will receive 2. And so forth until the 5th round onward, where each player will receive 5 emeralds each. Also, in addition to this, each player will draw a card on each of the rounds throughout the game. To begin your first round, press the draw a card button until you have 3 cards on your hand. Then, press the button on the side. The light that turns on indicates which player starts. The player that starts can play a card from their starting hand that they can afford. The cost of cards is written in the top left of each card. When you play a card, you place the card atop a copper bulb of your choice. Playing a card counts as 1 action. Your turn ends after you perform 1 action, then your opponent gets to do their turn. There are 3 actions you can take during the game. You can play a card from your hand, you can activate a card you have played, and you can claim an objective card. To activate a played card, you turn the copper bulb on. Every card can be activated once per round. When a card is activated, you gain the resources specified at the top of the card. Sometimes this is 1, multiple, or a choice between resources. When you have enough resources, you can claim an objective card. Each objective card requires a different set of resources. Bronze objective cards require the fewest, with the silver and gold objective cards requiring gradually more. Pay the resources on the objective card in the barrel adjacent to the objective cards and pick up the objective card. Put the objective card in the barrel on your side of the battlefield that has the same tier as the objective card. Then, gain points equal to the points written on the objective card. You're now in the lead! Replace the purchased objective card with a new one of the same tier by pressing the corresponding button. If you're unable to perform any of the free actions, you must end your round. When you end your round, you must put all of your unused emeralds and resources into the payment barrel. You cannot keep these across rounds. When both players have ended their round, the game moves on to the next round, automatically dispensing a new card and emeralds. The player with the lower score goes first. If the score is even, use the player determiner to figure out who goes first. If you ever want to play a card but don't have room for it, you can always replace a card you've already played. During the rounds, some cards might give you wildcard resources. These can be used as any of the resources in the game. The game goes on for 7 rounds, and at the end of the 7th round, the game is over. Whoever has the highest score at this point wins the game. After the game is over, return the remaining objective cards to either player's objective barrel and reset the scoreboards to 0. The scoreboard is a bit janky, and the best way to reset it is to set the score to 99 and then add 1. After the game is over, all cards that remain in your deck get automatically drawn. Your deck shulker box will be in the lower barrel in your player room. And that's the gist of it. This is how you play the Sweet Vanilla TCG. If you'd like to, you can end the video here and try it out. The remainder of this video I will go through some keywords that you might experience throughout the game. First off, let's talk about the resources. There are 8 main resource types. If you make a deck with access to all of these, you will always be able to claim objective cards. Then there's a wild card. This one counts as any of these 8 resource types. Some objective cards might allow you to use any resource. You can use any resource for this, including the 10th special one, Dirt. Dirt is the opposite of the wildcard resource. It cannot be used as anything. The only use of Dirt is whenever you have a card that accepts any resource. Some cards, like the fishes, give you random resources. There's a button for this you can press and it gives you one of the main 8. Always. Next, let's talk a bit about some keywords that appear on cards. Arrival triggers when the card enters the battlefield, be it from your hand or from any other place. Activation triggers every time you activate the card. It triggers after you have received your resources from the said card. Retain means that you get to keep things after a round. Usually you get rid of all of your emeralds and your resources, but with Retain you get to keep something as specified by the card. Innate means that you start the game with this in your hand. Cards with the innate keyword will end up in the barrel, in the floor, in the room. If you have an innate card, make sure you draw enough cards to set your starting hand to 3, including the innate card. So if you have 1 innate card, only draw 2 cards in your starting hand. Match means that you have to pay the same amount of emeralds as your opponent did. There's currently only 1 card with the match keyword, and when it appears it is rather clear on that card itself. Alright, let's move on and talk a bit about destroying, discarding, and replacing. To discard something is always from your hand. Whenever you discard something, you put it in the barrel over on the right hand side of the battlefield. Could also be the left hand side depending on which side of the board you're on, but there is a sign on it to show you where it is. Destroying something is specifically when it uses the wording destroy. Replace just means that you remove a card to place a different one in that spot. Alright. That is it for this rundown of various game concepts. Good luck playing!